its multiple integrals. In previous classes, we studied how to integrate simply dy or simply dx. But now we study how we integrate when the functions are given in this form, dy dx. That means both are written along with each other. Either we have to integrate dx or dy. So now I am going to discuss one by one how will you do that. I am going to take easiest and simpler one, first question of this topic. Now the first question is 0 to 3, we have the limits, and 0 to 1 next limits. And the question is like this, x squared plus 3y squared dy dx. Now we have to integrate this question and we see how we can do this. You just note it here, this limit from 0 to 1 is for integrating for dy and the limit 0 to 3 is for dx. Okay. So firstly integrate this one. As we know how to integrate, so do in this way. So when you integrate, write the limits in the square brackets like 1 and write dx over here and integrate this function with respect to dy function. That means the integration of first function is x square y. Integration of 3y square is 3y cube over 3. Okay. Now put the limits in this function. So we get 0 to 3. When we substitute 1, we substitute 1 in place of y and not in place of x. So we write x square into 1 plus 3, 1 cube over 3. This is the limit for 1. Now we substitute the value of y in place. Value of y is equal to 0 in the functions. Minus x squared into 0 plus 3 y 0 cube over 3. Now close it and the limit dx. Now when we solve this we get 0 to 3. Here we get x squared and both of 3 get cancelled, that is 1. And this whole terms becomes 0 and ultimately we get the function like this. That means now we have left over with x squared plus 1 dx. Now again we solve it. We have the limits 0 to 3 and we have to integrate x squared plus 1 dx with respect to x. Now when we integrate it, we get x cube over 3 plus x and the limits are 0 to 3. What we get? We substitute the value of x as 3. So we have 3 cube over 3 plus 3 minus in place of x. When we write 0, the whole terms become 0. And ultimately we get 3 squared plus 3. That means we have 9 plus 3 which is equals to 12. So this is our required answer. Now the next question of the same type I am going to discuss with you. What will happen if the same question we have in this different way? And will the results are same or will the results differ from each other? Now we have to observe those types of questions. If I say if this question just change over in this way, x square plus 3y square now dx comes before dy. When we change the question in this way, then we also change the limits because for dx the limits we have 0 to 3. So we write over there 0 to 3 and the limits of the y which is 0 to 1 we substitute here. And now we are going to solve this tutelage question and we observe whether the answer remains 12, that is the answer remains same or not. Now we observe this. Now we have to solve this question. Firstly, we integrate it in terms of x. Because the function which comes earlier, we have to solve for that earlier. So we have 0 to 1, the limits we have 0 to 3. Now integrating this function with respect to x. That is x square means that x cube over 3, then 3y cube over 3. And the integrating dy. What we left over here, we have x cube over 3 plus y cube. Now substitute different values in the given equation. We left over with, when we substitute 3 over here, 3 get cancelled, it is 3 square. And here we have 27. For the place of 0, sorry. It is 3y square. We have to integrate with respect to x. So we have 3y square x. Sorry. So 3y square x. In place of x, we have to write 3. So what we left over, we have to do again. In place of x, we substitute 3 cube over 3 plus 3 into y square into 3. Because we have to substitute the value of limits in place of x, not in place of y. Now, then 0 in place of x, when we write 0, this whole term becomes 0, this whole term also becomes 0, so we ignore it and we have only left over with 3. Now, what was the answer? Now, the answer over here is 0 to 1. We just get cancelled. We have 3 3s are 9 and here we have 9y square. We have to integrate now in terms of dy. Now, when we integrate it, we have 9y plus 9y cube over 3 with the limits 0 to 1. Write the limits now in this form because you are integrating. Now, to substitute the value of y is equal to 1 in the given equations, we get 9 plus 9, 1 cube over 3 minus both of the values becomes 0. Now, here we get 9 plus 3 3 is 9, 3, and again we get 0 to a sine theta r dr theta. Okay. Firstly, we integrate this. We get 0 to pi r dr. That is integration is r square by 2. 0 to a sine theta d. Okay. Then 0 to pi a square sine square theta by 2. Sine 0 is 0. Sorry, r square is 0, so it becomes 0. Now it becomes d. Now we integrate this. A square by 2 is the constant value. So we take it outside. A square by 2. Taking the limits 0 to pi sine square theta d. Now how will we integrate it? It cannot be integrated. So we have cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. That is 2 sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta over 2. This is sine square theta. So we write it over here. A square by 2, 0 to pi, 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2 theta. Here, now we integrate it. A square by 2, 1 by 2 integration, that is 1 by 2 theta minus integration of cos 2 theta. Integration of cos theta is plus sin theta. That is minus sin 2 theta. And when we integrate, it becomes 2 over here. Over 2. Hmm? 0 to 5. a square by 2 pi by 2 minus 2 pi. Sin 2 pi is 0. Sin 2 pi is 0. It becomes 0. And sin 0 is also 0. This term is also 0. So what is the answer? A square pi by. So polar coordinates are also solved in the same pattern as we solved earlier for different questions.